I've had a hand in over 40,000 ads across more than 200 brands. And right now in 2026, I'm seeing some of the most interesting creative I've ever seen converting on Meta. Not because brands suddenly got more creative, but because a handful of them have figured out exactly what the algorithm rewards right now, and they're printing money because of it. So I'm going to break down the best ads that I've seen recently and tell you exactly why each one works and show you how you can steal the thinking for your own brand. So let's get into it. First up, we've got Water 2. Now they're a water filtration brand and they're running a streetscape format, which is a stranger ambushing someone about their plastic bottle habit.
What are you doing?
And this works for one reason, which is that the product pitch never actually feels like a pitch.
I know, but it's the environment. And most of you have microplastics in it.
One does need, right? What the heck?
Do you drink tap water?
Oh, come on, it's 2026, you drink.
Oh, you're one of these people. Why do you drink tap water?
I said, have you seen the news?
So you try water filter?
Oh my gosh, you get that for a water filter?
Yeah.
It's costing me prices, I can't spend thousands of pounds.
Stop. Do you know big girls it?
Yeah. What's it gonna do? Chlorine.
Hand metals, like contaminants, reduce it all in your water, straight from the kitchen sink.
Could you could have just told me about it. You need to do what it is.
I mean, I'm passionate, I have to see something.
Crazy, that's what you are.
Take them to that one.
The value propositions, which is under sink install, 10 minutes, no plumber needed, all come out through an argument as opposed to a voiceover. And that's a great move because when information lives inside the conflict, people don't realize that they're being sold to. They think they're just watching two people bickering. Now, Water 2 also run a static that nails something most brands get completely wrong. It's a simple side-by-side. Basic filter jug on the left, Water 2 system on the right. Obvious upgrade, Trustpilot rating there as well, done. No wasted space, no over-designed nonsense, just a clear visual that immediately answers, why should I upgrade? Next, we've got Surreal. It's one of the best ad accounts I've seen recently, and they're doing 3 different things really well. They're all worth stealing. So first, we've got whitelist UGC. Creator films it in a car, not because it looks great, but because it sells the couldn't even wait to get home line authentically. One setting doing more for credibility than any script could. Second, their fake return format. A warehouse worker is investigating a customer return, and while they're walking through the complaint, they're doing a full product tour. The 18 grams under 1 gram sugar stat lands a lot harder coming from someone reading off a box than a creator selling directly. You're getting third-party credibility inside your own ad, which is a seriously underrated format right now. Next, you've got the founder phone call.
If I'm honest, I did actually really like the cereal, but 5 pounds box is just too much for me.
So, this customer only bought a cereal once. Can we give him a call and just see if I can get some feedback?
Hello?
Hi, is that Lucy?
It is, yeah, can I ask you speaking?
Yeah, sorry, it's Kit from Cereal. Look, this is really random, but you tried a high-protein cereal a couple months ago. I know you haven't bought it since. I was just wondering if I could get a little bit of feedback from you.
Yeah, sure, but if I'm honest, I did actually really like the cereal, but 5 pounds box is just too much for me.
Look, I totally hear you. It's not the cheapest cereal, I granted. But if it is protein you're after, it actually works out a lot more affordable than other options.
Does it actually though?
Well, where'd you get your protein from?
I've just read something quite a lot, or a protein bar, or like, this fake.
Right, so cereal's got more protein than 2 eggs. And what's a protein bar setting you back?
You know, it's probably about 2 grams of base.
Exactly. And a bowl of cereal's got the same amount of protein, 80 grams, but it's just 80p.
Yeah, but the thing I just thought was I can read normal cereal and just put a protein cake in it. Wouldn't that be the same thing?
Yeah, you could, but normal cereal's got as much sugar as a can of Coke, so unless you want sugar crash by 11 a.m, it's probably not the best option.
Too bad, like, I think a lot of that because my sugar cravings just went through the roof recently.
Yeah, well look, I have to say, without one exposure, cereal could be the answer for you.
Do you know what, maybe you can have to say. I've seen you undoing for January, yeah, so I'm going to look online and you can have something something.
Wicked. Thanks so much for your time, really appreciate it.
No problem, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
A skeptical customer who pushes back in real time. Couldn't I just add protein shakes to their normal cereal? That objection answered on screen is way more persuasive than any claim you could put in a caption. And it closes with maybe you've convinced me, which is the perfect line to end on. It mirrors exactly where the viewer is in their own head without ever feeling scripted. Next up, Foldy, who have one of the best hooks that I've seen this year. It opens mid-story at an airport with just enough tension that stopping feels impossible.
TSA stopped me at the gate, so I'm literally running to make my flight. Boarding pass shaking in one hand, coffee in the other, but TSA stops me dead at the gate. Not for liquids, not for my shoes. The agent goes, ma'am, where'd you get that bag? I freeze. Everyone's staring. And I'm like, it's a Foldy?
And then you've got the reveal, which is that the TSA agent was complimenting the bag and not flagging it. This reframes the whole setup as a stealth testimonial before the product's even been introduced.
Always too big for overhead bins. My personal item never actually held a weekend's worth. I either check a bag and pay $65 each way, or underpack and spend my whole trip miserable in one outfit, digging through clothes at security for my boarding pass. This space is insane. I was skeptical, but I had to full 7 days. 5 outfits, 2 pairs of shoes capacity, but keeps it personal item legal. It flies under every airline fee. No baggage to lip balm, no more black hole disasters. 2 side water bottle holders. No juggling drinks through security. Wet pocket notes without shoulder. Water resistant fabric shrugs off airport rain. And it comes in 17 gorgeous colors.
Every feature after that, whether it's the baggage fees, leaking toiletries, fitting the overhead bin, gets introduced as a solution to a real felt frustration. So the spec list never actually feels like a list.
I loved it so much when the buy one get one free deal hit, I got 4 more. Mom got one for her girls, sister for Amy, brother-in-law for work trips. They're all of that. If you're trying to baggage fees, packing stuff, and suitcase explosions, get the Foldy now with a Bobo Joe Lunch. This is the last travel bag you'll ever need. Tap shop now. Your next trip deserves this.
And it closes with the founder buying 4 more on the buy one get one deal to give to family. That's not a call to action, it's a social proof that creates obsession for your product, which is a completely different thing. Next, we've got Ridge Wallet. I've talked about whitelist ads a lot, and Ridge show exactly why they're still one of the highest leverage things you can do in 2026.
Lose your wallet? Just open and find my and ping it. That's ADC done right. So this is basically analog tech. It's like using a font from 2010. Rich fixes all that.
The Marcus Bradley ad works because he says something that the brand themselves never could say. He calls a traditional wallet analog tech and compares it to a 2010 phone. That's a positioning line that would sound arrogant coming from the brand, but it's trusted when it comes to the creator and it sounds obvious.
But it's not just a metal case, it's a system. So 2 aerospace grade plates held together with elastic between RFID blocking layers. It expands to hold up to 12 cards and it keeps them compact, locked in place. Remember that card that I pinged earlier? That's their Find My card, which you can track anywhere, put it in your wallet, and you can see your wallet's location on a map to designing the things that you carry every day. Whether you lose it or gets damaged, so we're geared, designed to perform every day.
8 million wallets sold lands at the end, not as a vanity stat, but as a credibility closer. Because by the point the product has already been argued on its merits, the social proof then earns its place. They also run a founder video that opens with, men's wedding rings suck. 6 words but instant credibility.
Men's wedding rings suck, so we created something better.
It's probably a thought that every guy has had, but never actually heard a brand say out loud.
Hey, I'm Daniel, one of the founders of Ridge. My dad and I realized wedding rings aren't really built for married men, and most companies don't care if you lose them, affecting the design. We launched Ridge men's rings. They're built to last a lifetime. It's made from high-quality materials and has the perfect balance of modern style, premium materials, and durability.
The founder framing earns trust immediately, and the product story flows naturally from there. Scratching, sizing, losing it.
And the best part is it fits comfortably on your hand. We also included free replacement case and multiple different materials to pick from. Ridge is the superior men's ring because it's made specifically for men, and thousands of couples would agree that Ridge success. That's our guarantee. Find the perfect wedding ring at ridge.com.
So real problems with a real solution. Next up, Jabby Coffee.
Another day, another turn. Hello?
Hi, I'm using your protein coffee for a month and I need to send it back.
Okay, yo, what's this video show?
Well, first of all, I stopped by Protein Shakes and I haven't ordered coffee in weeks and I'm like stacking after you anymore.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, that's literally the point. You replaced a $6 to $8 coffee, a $4 to $6 protein shake, and probably a $3 snack, all in one suit. Protein coffee is real coffee with 10 grams of protein, FCTs, and prebiotics, 0 sugar. So instead of double spending every morning, you're consolidating it. That's why your grocery bill looks different, that's why your coffee app hasn't been used, and that's why the math looks a little suspicious.
Now, Javi's best performing creative does something smart with sequencing. It opens with a cold phone visual before explaining what's in the product. So they earn attention on aesthetics first and then justify it on nutrition second. Never lead with the science, lead with something people want to look at.
The 3-bag bundle lasts months, now weeks, months. It's basically a full coffee starter kit, and it's 58% off right now with free shipping and free gifts. So no, we're not processing that return. If anything, you actually want to grab the bundle before the sale ends, because when you look at that savings over the next 90 days, yeah, it adds up.
Their fake return puts a clever twist on the format. Their customer's complaint is actually a list of positive outcomes they haven't connected to the product yet. So stop snacking, cut out protein shakes, feeling better. The customer thinks they're returning it. So the viewer watching the video initially thinks that the customer is returning it and hates the product, which is why they stay. But then the viewer realizes it's actually working. So that reframe handles the price objection and sells the value proposition in the same breath, which is really sharp writing. Obvi is one of the best examples of statics being used at a consistently high level. And it's worth slowing down on because a lot of brands still treat statics as an afterthought. The Notes app screenshot format looks like a personal message as opposed to an ad, which drops the viewer's sales guard immediately. And the Facebook comment static uses a real comment as the copy, which mirrors the exact environment that the viewer is in. It feels peer recommended rather than pushed by the brand. The whiteboard with crossed out diets instantly signals that this ad is for people who've already tried everything and failed. That's avatar targeting through creative. No interest stacking is needed in this case. The right person sees themselves in the whiteboard and stops scrolling. And their month-by-month transformation timeline, week 1 through to month 3, creates a complete roadmap. It makes the result feel achievable as opposed to miraculous. People read all the way to the bottom. This is rare for a static and it's worth paying attention to. Next, we've got Norse. Norse Organics is something that most brands don't have the courage to do, which is leading with the most defeated version of their customer. After 3 rounds of Accutane, we gave up. That's not just a hook, it's an entire room of parents nodding and relating to that feeling. The story is told from the mother's perspective as opposed to the stars because obviously it's the mother that they're advertising to. And the line, his bubbly personality is back, hits a lot harder than before and after photos ever could because it's not about skill, it's about their identity. The green screen video takes it even further in terms of being engaging. The mom narrates whilst actual skin footage plays behind her. The emotional story combined with visual proof are landing at the same time. The Accutane side effect list of nosebleeds, mood swings, monthly blood tests, makes the risk-free close feel genuinely earned rather than just a standard guarantee that you'd see on any product page. By the time they say risk-free, the viewer knows exactly what they're being saved from. This video from Kind Patches, which I think is one of the best in their ad account, works because the creator's energy isn't describing the product, but it's demonstrating it, which is live social proof. You don't need to tell people it works when you can show someone who clearly feels like it is. The text hook of 3 colors make the difference is also worth flagging. It creates instant curiosity without having to explain anything, which is a huge difference. And that's what stops the scroll. Not information, intrigue. Happy Mammoth's symptom chart static works because it names things that the viewer feels but hasn't connected, which isn't marketing. It's diagnosis. And when a brand diagnoses your problem before they've even mentioned their product, you trust them completely by the time that they do. These are not flaws. This is high cortisol ad does exactly the same thing. It takes shame and reframes it as a solvable problem. And then 2.8 million women agree it works. That's the close at the end. So it's simple, clean, and it lands because the trust is already built. So what's the pattern across all of these? What's the common thread? Well, the best ads don't start with the product. They start with a person, a specific avatar in a specific emotional state. And the product shows up as the logical answer to something that the viewer already feels. The best hooks aren't just verbal. They are visual, tonal, audio, kids whispering, a warehouse setting, cold foam, an airport queue. Every sense engaged in the first 3 seconds. The best performing formats right now, whitelist ads, fake returns, street skits, founder videos, emotional avatar stories, they all have one thing in common, which is that they don't look like ads. And that's not an accident. That's the exact strategy that your brand needs to be deploying right now. So if you want to see how your brand stacks up against what I've just shown you, we do a completely no-cost audit. And I genuinely think it's the most comprehensive one in the space. The link's below. It's no obligation. We just want to show brands what we can do. So see you in the next video.